Noah owns a factory that produces table lamps and floor lamps. 3 times the number of table lamps added to 4 times the number of floor lamps is not less than 12. A, to find each of the variables. I'm going to say X doesn't matter what you pick, floor lamps or table lamps. I'm going to pick X as table lamps because they come first. Y, floor lamps, represent the constraints using a system of inequalities. So the constraints are 3 times the number of table lamps, that's 3x, added to, that's plus 4 times the number of, 4 times floor lamps, y, is not less than. Not less than means if it's not less than, it could be equal to. But if it's not less than, it could also be greater than. So we're talking about greater than or equal to. That's this symbol. Not less than 12. Now I need to get that in terms of y. I want to get the 4y alone. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. 3x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 12. I want to get rid of the 3x. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. That gives me 4y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 12. Then I want to get rid of the 4. That's multiplying the y. So I do the opposite. I divide everything by 4. Every term gets divided by 4. Y is greater than or equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. That is my first inequality. I'm going to write it down here. Y is greater than or equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 3. Inequality number 2, the difference between 3 times the number of floor lamps and table lamps is larger than negative 4. Difference is subtraction. Between 3 times the number of floor lamps, table lamps are x, floor lamps are y. The difference between 3 times the number of floor lamps is 3y. Take away the table lamps. Table lamps. It doesn't say 3 times table lamps, it just says table lamps. So that's x. Is larger than negative 4. Negative 4. Now I want to get my 3y alone. I'm going to add x to both sides. That's going to give me 3y is greater than x minus 4. Now I want to get the y all alone. The 3 is multiplying that. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Divide every term by 3. Y is greater than 1/3 x minus 4/3. That's my second inequality. Y is greater than 1/3 x minus 4/3. Inequality number 3. 5 times the number of table lamps, 5x, added to 3 times the number of floor lamps, 3y, is at most, if it's at most 56, it could be 55 or 54 or 3. It could be less than 56, but at most 56 means it could be equal to 56. It is less than or equal to 56. Then I want to get the 3y's all alone, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. We have 3y is less than or equal to negative 5x plus 56. Then I want to get rid of that 3. That's multiplying the y, so I divide every term by 3. That gives me y is less than or equal to negative 5/3x plus 18.6 repeating. That is my third inequality. Y is less than or equal to negative 5/3x plus 18.6 repeating. Then inequality number 4. The number of floor lamps is not more than 7. Y is not more than, that means less than or equal to 7.
Y is less than or equal to 7.
3 times the number of floor lamps, 3y, is at most, what that means is less than or equal to 9 more than. 9 more than something plus 9. 9 more than what? Put it first. 9 more than 4 times the number of table lamps, 4x. Then to get the y all alone is being multiplied by 3, so I'm going to divide every term by 3. That gives me y is less than 4/3x plus 3. That is my last inequality. I'm going to write that here. Y is less than or equal to 4/3x plus 3. Now I need to graph those inequalities. I'm going to go to my b value, which is 3. The b value is 3. It's crossing the y-axis at 3. The slope is negative 3/4, so we're moving over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're moving down 3, 1, 2, 3. I can do that a few times to make it more accurate. Move over 4, 8, down 3, 1, 2, 3, is like that. That's about as much of the line as we can draw. And it is a solid line because it's greater than or equal to. Because it's greater than, we are shading above. Put a arrow like that. The next one, y is greater than 1/3 x minus 4/3. 4/3 is 1.3 repeating. Negative 1.3 repeating. So I'm going to make it go through -1. I'm going to do this in pencil. Started off going through -1. The slope is 1/3. We move over 3 and up 1. Over 3 and up 1. Over 3 and up 1. It's going to be dotted because it's greater than. It's going to be like this, but it's going to be going through not 1, but 1.3. So I'm really going to bring it down to 1.3, which is probably about here. It's dotted. I'm going to draw a dotted line. The next one, 18.6, repeating, is the b value. 18 is here, so I'm going to start it off there. The slope is -5 over 3. I'm going to move over 3, 1, 2, 3, down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that a few times. Over 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over 3, 1, 2, 3, down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably good enough. Make a light pencil line. But we're actually going through 18.6. Well, 18.5 is here. 18.6 must be about there. Solid, solid. Y is less than or equal to 7. So here's my 7. This is a horizontal line. For this dotted line, we were shading above. So we're above. For this line, this is less than or equal to. We're shaded below. This line, we're shaded below. And then the last line, y is greater than or equal to 4/3 x plus 3. It's going through 3. The slope is 4 over 3. Move over 3 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is also a solid line. And we are shading below. This is the polygon of constraints. This is my polygon of constraints. I'm shading below this line, above this line, above this line. My solutions for making a possible sales value are in here. The maximum sales is what we're after. What's the target objective? Is to maximize sales. The rule for the function is every table lamp you're selling is $939. That's $939 times the number of table lamps. Each floor lamp costs $958. You're going to make 958 times the number of floor lamps you're selling. And that is our sales. I'm going to use S for sales. You could use anything. P for price. Z for sales, in case you have a strong accent. We want to maximize this. I'm going to look at every possible value of these. To save a little bit of time, I'm just going to do this in a spreadsheet. I'm going to make X and Y. X is my table lamps, and Y is the floor lamps, and this is sales. I'm going to look at each of these vertices. I am not interested in this vertex or that vertex because they are on dotted lines. We can't use them. We could use points that are close to it, and we're going to look at all of those. This is 7, 7. This point is 3, 7. This point is 0, 3. This point is 4, 0. And this point is 10, 2. I'm going to plot all those points in my spreadsheet. I'm going to start at the 0, 3 and work my way counterclockwise. 0, 3. 0, 3. Sales is the maximizing function 939, 939 times whatever the x is. Y is 958. 958 times the number of floor lamps. I'm going to fill that down. For 0, 3, we have $2,874. For 4, 0, we have $3,756. For 10, 2, we have $11,306. For 7, 7, we have $13,279. For 3, 7, we have $9,523. Which one of these points maximized your sales? 7, 7. 7 floor lamps, 7 table lamps. Back into this, the number of table lamps, 7 and 7. This is our point. It gave us $13,279. $13,279. And that is the quiz.